Hello everyone, welcome. I'm Umbras, and today we are back in Enthusia Professional Racing. Hope everyone is doing well today. I hope you're all doing great. Yes. Welcome for Chobi GT, hope you're doing great as well. Welcome in everybody coming in. Today we're going to be driving the beautiful little Civic RS, the first generation Civic, the sport version of the first generation Civic. Launched in 1974, at least the RS version, and packing a whopping 76 horsepower. So yeah, not bad from a 1.2 liter engine from the 70s. It didn't get the CVCC engine that the later Civics did, the RS. Well, actually, no, that's not true. The later versions got the large displacement CVCC engines, but this version we have here is one of the earlier 1.2 liter engine ones. So a little bit less torque, a little bit less weight, but still nice. Still a nice little car. Holy cow, we're up against some feisty opponents. Alright. Ooh, Autumn Mountain would be good in this. Welcome, Blood Wolf. Oh, good evening. Good evening. Yes, it is a very good evening, and I'm hoping it's a good evening for everyone else as well. I'm enjoying myself. We are going to be driving this cute little Civic. So because this car, it has the 1.2 liter in the RS, as my audio is a little bit on the lower side. Let me increase that just a tad. Good morning for you. Yes, early morning. This Civic, because it has the 1.2 liter, this must mean it is either a 1974 or a 1975 model Civic RS. So we basically narrowed it down to 2 years of this vehicle. Could be as after 75. All of the Civic RSs did have the 1.5 liter CVCC engine, and I was due to allow it to meet more stringent emission regulations at the time, as the CVCC engine had improved head design that basically allowed it to be able to be driven on both leaded and unleaded gasoline without needing any modifications or anything like that. And it also didn't need any catalytic converters at the time as well, so it was, you had that reliability, as the early catalytic converters were known to get a little bit toasty and sometimes break and fail. That was an issue with a lot of vehicles, especially large displacement engine vehicles from the 70s, so you gotta watch out for that a little bit. Did I see Jack? Oh, yeah, the McLaren. Yeah, idiot was driving on his cell phone while in a heavy wet while speeding. Inevitable eventuality. I'm just sad that someone else got injured because of his actions. It's why you pay attention behind the wheel. You don't just, people who stream and drive, like actual IRL, genuinely annoy me. Like, chill. You don't need to be content creator 24/7. Hey, chat, look at this red light. All that BS. If you really want to create content for me to drive, just attach like a GoPro or something to your car and, do that. But, actually reading chat and looking at your phone while driving and streaming is just irresponsible and stupid. Anyway, right over. Right, the Civic. Now, that being said though, even though the Civic did have the advantage of not needing the catalytic converter, at least the first generation Civic that we're driving, it did have one unfortunate flaw, and that was there was an issue in the metallurgy of a lot of the body panels for the Civic, including some of the subframe and suspension components Yeah, well, I mean, he knows now that his McLaren's toast. But unfortunately, the Civic, especially the first generation Civic, did suffer from a heavy amount of rust issues due to an issue with the metallurgy used in the construction of the body and some of the chassis components, to the point where Honda actually had to recall many first generation Civics in order to repair the body panels if they showed signs of rust. I think within like 3 years, something like that. Like, it was ridiculous. That's why they're so hard to find. A lot of Japanese cars of the 70s had like major rust issues. I'm not sure it was just a bad batch of steel or what, but like a lot of 70s Japanese cars had issues in the metallurgy. Just saw the DPI crash on Daytona of Himoki. Oh my word, right. I forgot about that one. Yeah, that one was rough as well. Like, the vehicles, people kind of underestimate because it becomes so commonplace in our lives, but vehicles are multiple 1,000-pound pieces of metal and plastic and polymers and all of that stuff driving around at speeds previously unheard of just a decade ago. Not a decade, a century ago. A decade ago? Really, Isaac? A century ago, where people would have thought, oh my word, they're gonna burst into flames. It's ridiculous. Yeah, that's the issue with the 24-hour racing is you gotta deal with those changing conditions. You gotta be ready. You almost have to have like that muscle memory built up for the course. And like a little more power. Little more power in the 1.2 liter engine. Probably not a lot, but it's good. We're probably upgrading like the carburetors. Oh, this is beautiful. Little single overrated cam engine, twin carburetor. I absolutely love this first generation Civic RS. Even in like the kind of burnt orange color, it looks so good, you know? Like, it just hits. We're gonna have the same Bathurst. We're gonna same problem with Bathurst because the Sunrise is right at Skyline. Oh, YouTuber. Well, their money, their stupidity. Anyway, let's not talk about other YouTubers here. If other people want to be stupid, that's their content, I guess. My stupidity is my content, but at least my stupidity doesn't hurt other people, except for causing emotional damage. Yeah, we were blinded right at the Scare Spider Strike. That's gonna be interesting. Also, let me know when that practice server for that one goes up. I want to make sure I get a couple of good runs in for that. That way I can kind of, especially get used to a setup that I don't have as much input in. I'm gonna definitely let you guys make something that you're comfortable with, because I could probably adapt to whatever you guys cook up. The big thing is making sure we don't have any collisions, any crashes, or any especially any meatballs. Like a slight love tap on the wall, you know, all that stuff. That's fine, you know. A second of damage here, 2 seconds of damage there. That's Bathurst for you, you know? I just don't want anything going into, like, the minutes. I mean, supercars do attract a lot of, like, young money and new money who feel like they have a lot to prove. But it's one of those things where you have the combination of the ability and the desire to do stupid things with a supercar that causes the stuff. Like, people usually aren't going to be trying to hoon about in like a Corolla, right? They may have the impulse to try to do so and everything, but it's not gonna make the headlines. Oh, someone wrecked their Corolla, right? But someone gets to 200 miles an hour in their McLaren and then bins it. Yeah, that's gonna make the news. So it's one of those things where basically it's a combination of you have the right kind of people and the right kind of vehicle to cause that. So at least here in America, like, you have the Nissan driver stereotype, where it's like the Altima and the Maxima, where they're driving like they own everyone, even though their credit score means they're more likely owned by some type of bank or 2 or 4. And so, like, you know, you kind of have that stereotype as well. So, sometimes people just don't have any sense. They got dollars but no sense. Anything up to, yeah, like, pretty much anything like 10 and under. I want to keep it under 10 every stint. That is basically my main goal, is to keep it under 10 seconds of damage per stint. Little minor bumps and taps here and there, or like dealing with traffic or what have you. A-okay. Just nothing that'll send us into like a major hit with the wall or any crazy stuff like that. Also, damn, that Pajero. The Pajero is pulling weight. Holy cow. Big ol' box SUV outmaneuvering a Civic and putting the pressure on a luxurious sedan just ahead. Oh, send it in the inside. Oh, alright, we were getting squeezed. We were getting squeezed by the Pajero. Oh boy. We gotta get by the Pajero. It's so slow in the corners, but its forward drive and powerful engine means it's able to out-accelerate the Civic on the straights. Sending it. Dang, okay. We have one more chance. We want to get into the slipstream. And we want to be able to get the, Oh, they binned it. They binned it. Side by side drag race to the line. Holy cow. Yeah, there should be sensible drivers. I hope so. I genuinely hope so. Either way, if there aren't sensible drivers, they'll usually be wrecked out within like the first 2 or 3 stints. So as long as we can survive that, usually then people are a little bit less silly. Hopefully. Hopefully. You like to think, right? Yeah. Holy moly, that was a tough race, but I'm surprised we managed to get that all knocked out. Oh man. Alright, next race, let's do this. Our beautiful little Civic is just pulling weight. Hey yo. I don't think this is a fair matchup. Coughing Baby versus Atomic Bomb. Really? Yeah, put me one-on-one against a Ford GT. That's not even anywhere close to my weight class. What the hell, game? What the hell, game? Just absolutely bullying us. Wow. That's alright. You can fight a Ford GT in a first generation Civic. Your car doesn't even have 100 horsepower. He's got 500. It's alright, you got this. We had a back marker in the last Bathurst. And we had a back marker who was trying to let people through at... Oh gosh. Yeah, no, just hold your line. I'll get by on the straight. Can you like call out the people in chat? Or something like, hey yo, don't lift. Literally, I will get by you on the straight. This is not a passing zone. Just put up like one of those nuclear waste warnings. This is not... No good overtakes are completed here. This is not a place of honor. This is Bathurst. Yeah, the randomizer vehicles are bullying us. They're just like, hey yo, you can beat a Ford GT. You can beat a Ford GT, no problem. Right? Gosh, I do love this Civic though. That kind of like burnt orange color. It's so the 70s, but it looks good. Like it just matches that like aesthetic, you know? And it hits right. It hits so good. Oh my word, absolutely love it. I like the fact that the car does sound different as well now that we've got some power upgrades. Little B series, I think. I have to double check. But little 1.2 liter single overhead cam engine, twin carb. Just adorable little car. Producing a healthy amount of power. Oh gosh, not a whole lot of grip though. We gotta watch out for that. The car does get a bit spicy on the grip. Alright, around the corner. Yes. Little Civic terrorizing London. Little small bean. Yeah, versus a 5 liter plus V8 500 horsepower missile with the brakes on it in this game are actually pretty solid. Believe it or not, the brakes on the GT in this game actually are pretty good. But yeah, it's a squirrely car, that's for sure. But the AI usually doesn't have too much issues driving it. Compared to some of the larger cars, able to kind of get the braking points right and everything. Fun fact in racing, we got the GT3 version of the Ford GT. Nice! I know iRacing has it as well, which is really cool. I wanna drive it. I hope it gets used for like some event. Maybe have like a legacy multi-class Ford race in like the GT series, like the sports car series, where like one, like you have the GT3 Ford GT, and you have the Mustang FR500 as like the two classes for that, and just have like multi-class semi-endurance race, like hour-long races with those two cars. That would genuinely be pretty cool, actually. You'd probably have to have it on much larger circuits, though, like a lot of the Grade 1 tracks, in order to, one, have better participation, and to facilitate decent multi-class overtaking. But Yeah, iRacing has a lot of the classic GT3s just because when they were added, they weren't classic GT3s. Like, I think they have one of, like, the classic BMWs, or at least one of the classic BMWs. It's got the 4GT. I think they have the old McLaren, the 650. What else would they have? What else would they have? Ooh, Honda Cup. Yes, let's do it. Alright, we got an S800, we got a Fit. We got a Civic Type R, we got an NSX Type R as well. Oh boy. Oh, Race Room. Yeah, Race Room's got a lot. Race Room's got the Camaro GT3. Race Room's got the old Mustang GT3. It's got the 4GT GT3. I think it's got the Z4. I think. I forget what else it has, but it's got a lot. It has got plenty. Oh gosh, we're laying down rubber and kicking up smoke from our one tire fires with this thing. The suspension's still super soft. So it is just, every time we get on the throttle, the inside tire just lights up. Could have sworn I locked the diff a little bit, but I guess it might not be enough. Hey, welcome, Salad. Alright, now we're on a track with a bunch of Hondas in a little Honda. Basically the closest thing you could probably get, or one of the closest cars you can get to a Satsuma in-game, being a front-wheel drive, single overhead cam, inline 4 from the 70s. The little Honda Civic RS. Absolutely cute little bean car. Not as close as you can get to the Satsuma in-game. Because the only Datsun that gets close is the Bluebird. And that's got a much larger, much more powerful engine, and it's rear-wheel drive, whereas our Satsuma is front-wheel drive. So the Civic RS is probably the closest thing mechanically. Been playing some Team Fortress 2 because they found us that. Ooh, new maps. Nice. Valve is finally updating one of their main moneymakers. It took them long enough, but I'm glad they're doing that. Because honestly, the base gameplay of TF2 was a lot of fun. You just need more content to kind of keep it fresh throughout the years, you know? More than just hats, anyway. More than just hats. Alright, nice and easy, nice and easy. Keep it going. Alright, we have a Civic Type R and we have an S2000 behind us. And they're gonna be getting a little bit spicy, a little bit argy-bargy. Ooh, yeah, there's the Civic Type R, the EK9. We have less than 100 horsepower. They have little over, right around 200 horsepower. Much more sophisticated suspension of the Civic Type R behind us. Much more powerful engine. And then you have the S2000 with over 100 horsepower per liter in that F-Series inline 4. So it's gonna be a tough race. We're gonna have to basically outdrive them and outmaneuver them through the twisty corners. Carry a lot more speed through the chicanes as the AI panics at the chicanes. Come on, I need just a little bit more front end bite. Okay, not that much front end bite. Not that much front end bite. Alright, so it's got the old R8. Alright. Get the Z4, I kind of figured that much. It's got the C7 Corvette. It's got the C6 Corvette as well. Alright, nice. It's got the GT3 Mustang, GT3 Camaro, 4GT. the SLS, and the McLaren MP4. Yeah. So, quite a lot. You could basically have a historic GT3 race with all those. And they probably do have like a historic GT3 Cup or whatever. For all those cars, where they're BOP'd and everything. It's got 30 plus GT3 cars. Yeah. Although most of them are like different liveries, right? Or is this 20 plus different models? Either way, that is still like an impressive amount. Like that is a lot. Okay, so 20 different GT3 models. Dang. That is a lot. That is plenty, plenty, plenty. Yeah, the Satsuma is based on the Datsun 100A, but the Enthusia doesn't have the 100A. So in terms of the vehicles that Enthusia has, the Civic RS is probably the closest thing in terms of overall performance, vibe, styling, and aesthetics to the Satsuma. Because the smallest Datsun car in the game is either the Fairlady, which is nowhere close to the Satsuma or the 100A, or the Bluebird, which is much larger, and both cars are rear-wheel drive. Whereas the Satsuma and the Civic are front-wheel drive. So in terms of just vehicles in Enthusia, the Civic RS, this one, is probably about as close as you can get to having your very own Satsuma. I love racing, so I got other cars. Yeah. Racing seems interesting. I've not played it, but I know a lot of people that do. The biggest thing that bothers me is just the lack of livery editor. Like, I really wish you could edit liveries, because I think that would go a long way into, like, allowing leagues to, like, really flourish with Race Room. That way you don't have everyone like, ooh, I'm driving this ADAC car, ooh, I'm driving this IMSA car, or whatever. Like, no, it's, I am driving my own version of this car with my own branding, with my own liveries, with my own like team logos and all that stuff on it. Like, and that's what makes like the league racing so much fun, is, you know, it becomes basically your car versus someone else's car instead of just another GT3 versus another GT3 or whatever kind of car it is. And it makes it look better for like the broadcasts and the announcements and everything as well, because it just it hits different, you know? If the, you know, the different liveries kind of eventually become almost iconic in a way. Saying that they fixed the livery of the GT3. Yeah, the blue one. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it, man. Alright, Civic El Nords. Let's go. I want to use the beast of it. Yeah, I am super excited. I just love the GT3 Merc and the GT4 Merc as well. I gotta do a little bit more practice in the GT4 Merc for the next endurance race at Barcelona. I want to make sure I give Ruby and Penny a good fight. I don't think I can give Honora a good fight, but I think I can maybe, depending on the weather and how traffic treats us GT4s, I think I can give a good fight to Ruby and Penny. I seem to do comparatively better in the low downforce cars, so I might have a shot. I can have a sub. Oh no, I've already got a previous setup for the GT4, because the last time the GTM series race at Barcelona. It's more so I just gotta remember my braking points and everything, get practice in. and all of that. Right now I've been mainly practicing Donington Park in the GT3 for the sprint race coming up next Saturday. As I really, especially after the disaster that was Suzuka, I really want to have a good race at Donington. I've been in a little bit of a slump this season, I'd say. So I want to make sure I do well. Also, when I practice with the GT3 car, let me know. I'm gonna bully you with the AMG. Yeah, probably the week of the V2.4H. I'll be practicing it a lot, and I'll probably be in like VC during like the hours immediately after work and everything. But right now, I'm just more casually practicing Donnie just to kind of get the muscle memory down for that. As Donnie is despite being a very short track, it is very punishing for mistakes in the higher downforce cars. So you really want to make sure you get like your lines like perfect. And you really get your setup like dialed in, because there's almost no passing points for GT3s at Donington. No good passing points anyway. Into the hairpins is pretty much it, and turn 1. Everywhere else, and it gets a little bit spicy, shall we say. But the Merc should still be powerful there. The Merc should genuinely be able to put up a good fight. Like I can run upper 127s at Donington in the practice conditions. So I'm feeling pretty confident about my pace. Shame the health isn't great. Yeah, I heard. How is the? Oh, whoa! That was way too close. How is the chest pains and the coughing been? Have you seen a doctor for that? I knew you had to retire at Suzuki because of it, so I'm a little bit worried, man. I'm hoping you'll be all right. Definitely, if you haven't seen it's almost gone. Okay. Well, as long as it's like actually getting better and everything. But yeah, just keep us up to date. Make sure you're staying hydrated. You're maybe doing like some breathing exercises to help with the recovery process. You're getting that vitamin C and that zinc in you and everything as well. All of like, the immunobooster supplements and everything. Just to kind of help fight it off and everything. Yeah, respiratory illnesses are never fun. For real, because I had gotten sick not super long after I'd gotten surgery earlier this year. And it was the first time I gotten sick after the surgery. And oh my word, it hit me like a truck. It was bad. Like a bruise, and coughing. Or I hit my ribs with the job before. Oh, jeez. Yeah, it could be a combination of that. So hopefully, I hope you're taking care of yourself, man. That goes to everyone in chat as well. Like, please make sure you're taking care of yourself. You're watching out for your health. You're getting your regular checkups and everything. You don't want minor problems to and eventually snowball into like massive issues. Just because you think you can kind of, shrug something off or whatever. For real, make sure you're taking care of yourself. I know I don't always follow my own advice, but like, I am also a little bit of a hypocrite. Do as I say, not as I do, type of type of thing. So, do as I say. Make sure you're taking care of yourselves, please. Oh my gosh, this thing sounds so good. Now that it's upgraded more, it sounds genuinely like really nice. It's got some good handling now with the grippier tires. It's got some solid acceleration. Very good maneuverability. Like right around like level 5 and 6 is where a lot of like the street cars start to come alive. Even the compact cars, like they really start to get like a lot of pep in their step. And they just really, really feel good to drive. And then after that, it's, you know, then you can actually like fight against, you know, the higher level odd system. Also, if you want to stream the 24 hours, your stints. I am probably not going to stream the stints. Just because, one, in sim racing, and I know I need to like actively get this in check, I do tend to swear a little heavily, and I don't like that. And I don't like having that on stream. And two, I don't want to get distracted by chat going through like Skyline or like McPhillamy Park or whatever, and bin the car. That's why, like, if you notice, I've never streamed any of like the TGT or V-Track or like Sunday Cup races, despite being actively participating in it. And it's just because, one, again, I don't want to get distracted by chat for a split second and end up ruining someone else's race. With the arcade racers or like with the sim cage running against AI, it's different because like the only race I can ruin is my own, and at that point it's, well, oh well. But like, especially with like the league stuff, I don't want to be known as like the guy that's too busy yapping to, you know, to pay attention to what's going on in front of him. I do want to eventually start streaming like the sim racing stuff as well. But like, I want to get more comfortable behind the wheel. I just saw in Dirty Code stream as someone in a race. Oh no! I know exactly which one you're talking about. It was last season of V-Track at Red Bull Ring. One of the drivers dive-bombed me in turn 3 and hit me off track. Then dove me again in turn 4 and hit me off track. And then did it again in turn 5 and spun me around. And at that point, especially with this the opening lap in the wet, I just had enough, and I may have called them a very naughty word that, if you're in the States, is very, very bad. But if you're in like Australia or like some parts of England, is not nearly as bad. You can imagine what word that was. But yes, that one. That one was bad. That was very angry eyes. Welcome Zune. Yes, Enthusia. Where we're driving the little orange beans Civic. Cute little Civic. Oh, there should be enough for a couple level ups, I think. Yes! Oh, the fully complete car. Yeah, in the UK, Australia is used as an endearment. Yeah, not in the States. In the States, it is a very bad word. Do not call someone that in the States unless you want to, you know, have a fight. I crash. No, we do not crash. Alright, what are our options for cars here? We have 3 cars. We got the Nissan Stage J, basically a station wagon with a Skyline engine. We have the Legacy Flat 6. And we have the Legacy Touring Wagon with the EJ series engine in it. Let me get a random number generator pulled up. and let us do this. Alright. If it is a 1, we will be getting to stage A. If it's a 3, we will be getting the Legacy GTB. It is a 2. We're getting the non-legacy. We're getting the non-GTB Legacy. RIP. We got the less powerful Legacy here. We got the less powerful Legacy. It's got the Boxer's 6, but it's naturally aspirated, lower power, a little bit more torque. Honestly, it looks good in that blue. It's got that late 90s, early 2000s two-tone look to it that honestly I kind of wish would come back. I really like that look. Yes, I'm nostalgic. I don't like it. You don't like the paint? No. Fair enough. To each their own. Yeah, some people want their cars to be a little bit more sleek looking. Others want it to kind of be a little bit more what's the word? A little bit more, I guess, rugged. I want to stiffen the rear up a little bit more because I know the Legacy with being very heavy gets a lot of body roll. Wait, my other message didn't go through. Yeah, the other message didn't go through. It may be if you're using a swear word. That might be it. Alright. Ooh, yes! Autumn Hill, Japanese cars here. I got a Nissan Sima. Might be the word diseases? Maybe? I'm not sure. Now I'm curious what your original message was. Oh, I do love the Boxer's sound though. Yeah, it doesn't have a proper manual. We only have the gears select. So no clutch to help get that extra turn in. It's gonna be a little bit interesting to drive. But we should be able to put up a good fight. I was explaining how swearing in the language I speak, we use diseases as the swear words. Interesting. I wonder if there's like a historical context to that. Where like maybe speaking the name of the disease may like get someone, you know, may cause someone to then, you know, be more likely to get that disease or something like that. So if you're swearing at them, if you're cursing them, yeah, you're basically saying, oh, I hope you get this super deadly or super inconvenient disease type of thing. It's weird how certain words end up becoming like naughty words to some languages, and then like other words, you know, it's interesting how like that comes to be, you know, the history of swear words and profanity. Hello. Oh gosh, all the teams are playing. So you probably have like a bunch of different like games up and everything. Welcome, Mr. Midnight. Hope you're doing well today. We just got done driving a little Civic and now we're in the Legacy wagon. Oh gosh. The poor sea chickens. The chickens of the sea. They're not doing well. Oi, can you not understeer into me? I think it's up 3-0. My wife is probably gonna be happy about that. That's good. My cute little tiny wife. We had a lot of these placing up, so it makes sense. True. So I guess it's kind of like almost like a Voldemort situation where like, don't speak the name. Don't speak the name, and you'll be all right. How does it down 1-4 versus the Stars? Now, hang on. Predators, Stars. What series? What series is that? I'm not as familiar with those teams. Is that hockey? And the Grizzlies are down 67. Oh gosh. All right. Grizzlies need to get their act together. Does the scoring of 1-4 makes me think it's either like a minor league baseball or it's hockey. Okay, so yeah, they are hockey. Yeah, Grizzlies are basketball. Grizzlies are NBA. I'm like, football, European football season I think is over. Or they're about over. I crash. It's a minor wall tap. Like, we're trying to hold off another high performance car behind us in a basically stock legacy. It's gonna happen. Oh, buddy. Give me a little space as well, please. Holy cow. Too wide. I Checo. I have so much rear end. Because it's a preseason. Fair enough, but still, like, you still want them to, like, do well even during the preseason, so you have, like, the bragging rights and everything. Oh, don't dive me. Do not dive me, you absolute mongrel. Oh man, I don't know what their mental misfire was. But they were way too far back to make a move. Like, I know the Legacy's a heavy vehicle, so you gotta brake a lot earlier than the lighter weight sports car behind us. But still, like, that was way too far back. Misfire. Crossfire. Nah, crossfire is when you give Jesus an AK-47. That's crossfire. So for the Niners, so we blew a 50-point lead last week. Yeah, but like, it's 16-3 though. It's not like it's a higher scoring game. Like, that is still, you know, like, it shows that the offense of Seattle isn't there. Oh gosh, that's a big message. You know, language is interesting. You have multiple languages smashed together. I created their own vowels. Yeah, Dutch is a really interesting language as well. I mean, English is a weird one as well, because you have basically root words from so many different languages that we're just like, oh, we like that word. Yoink, it's now part of English language as well. Oh boy. Okay, we're good. We're good. Final lap. Only a few more corners left through here. Down a gear. Back to the right. I mean, back to the left. When it goes back, there's roots that they are amazing. Yeah, you can see all the like the different root words and everything there. Oh my gosh, this sound though, I love boxer engine sound. Feels like I'm watching a hot version on board. Yeah, kind of Legacy fight off an S14. Oh man, that was fun though. I like the AI in Enthusia. When you have like the right balance of cars, like it puts up a really good fight, and I like that a lot. I like that a lot. it feels really good to be like up against competitive AI and everything. 'Cause that's what makes racing fun, is the battles where you're constantly either trading positions or like having to hold off another driver or what have you. It feels really good. Of the S14, probably my favorite Sylvia. Yeah, the S14 is an absolutely beautiful vehicle. It's a shame that Nissan's middle children, like the R33 and the S14, kind of get overshadowed by both their older and younger siblings. Because you have the S13 that's like, you know, the drift car and everything, and is like super popular with like the tuners and all that stuff. Then you have the S15 that's like, you know, like the most powerful of the Sylvias. It's got the most modern aero, it's got, you know, all that beautiful stuff on it. And then you have the S14 that's just kind of there. And it's the same thing with like the Skylines. You have the R32 that was, you know, the Godzilla, absolutely dominating Group A racing, getting banned in multiple series and everything. And you have the and then then you have the R34 that's like, you know, up until the R35 came out, was like the most technologically advanced Skyline GTR. It had like the most sophisticated aero. It had, you know, all the goodies on it. Oh, the Zafiro, yes, the A31, absolutely beautiful vehicle. Yeah, Nissan used to produce some great stuff. Their modern lineup is lacking though, which is a bit of a shame. But like Nissan of the 90s and early 2000s was just, it was just built different. Like, it was good stuff. But then like the financial crash of 08 happened, and then Nissan just kind of stagnated all throughout the 2010s and even through the 2020s, and now they are quite a bit behind. So yeah, the S15 was never sold in the States because I believe it was only right-hand drive. I believe the S15 was only sold in right-hand drive versions, so it wasn't sold in a lot of foreign markets. You can now find them beginning to be imported now because they're past the 25-year rule. But yeah. Yeah, Nissan let Renault take over. It's a little bit of a little rough. Although it did mean you got Infinity branding on championship-winning F1 cars like the Red Bulls of the 2013 season. So, you know, you do get at least that positive. You have essentially a quote-unquote Nissan logo on a winning car. Which, if you look at the DPI, their Delta Wing, and their LMP1 / Le Mans attempts, is a lot better than those. Although the Skyline GT3 and the new 400Z GT4 are genuinely quite good. Most underrated US muscle car. That is... Oh no, not in the States. The Firebird is like super popular, especially with things like Smokey and the Bandit. With the Firebird Trans Am. Oh no, people, and as well as Knight Rider as well. People love the Firebird here. I would say a muscle car that definitely kind of flies under the radar a lot, even here in the States, would be probably something like the Chevy Nova, or like the Ford Maverick, kind of, you know, the early 70s. The early 70s more compact muscle cars that kind of got overshadowed by the more full-size brothers of like the Gran Torino, the Chevelle, all that stuff. Oh no, Barracuda is super popular here in the States. That's like, because you had the Barracuda, the the AAR Barracuda as well in Trans Am. Barracuda and Challenger, definitely not underrated. First car was a 92 Firebird with... Oh, nice. Oh, first dream car. Still nice. Yeah, the third generation Firebird's absolutely beautiful. I like the fact that a lot of the body panels of the third generation Firebirds and Camaros are actually interchangeable. So if you like the fenders more of one, or you like the rear spoiler of another one, it's not that difficult to kind of create what's known in the States as like a Frankenbird, where you kind of mix like the Camaro front end with the Firebird chassis and everything. And sometimes it looks really, really good. Like, it looks really, really nice. So, yeah, definitely like that generation. Definitely like that generation. Yeah, it kind of partially originated from people seeing like the Sil 80 and going, well, what cars can we do with that here? And people saw, you know, the Camaro and Firebird and basically made Frankenbirds out of them. Especially because the Camaro parts are a bit cheaper and easier to find than the Firebird parts, so, you know, sometimes with like resto mods and everything, you'll see, you know, Camaro front ends on Firebird bodies. It's not as common as like the Sil 80s in like Japan and all that stuff, but you do occasionally see builds like that. I'll take the Merc as European. Yeah, the Merc definitely has kind of that muscle car vibe. Full-size cars with big, powerful V8 motors. They definitely have that kind of vibe to them. They're powerful V8s and V12s and everything. Major straight line speed, but kind of sketchy in the corners. Yeah. I mean, you look at even things like the C63 Black Series, like, that has, like, all the vibes of, like, a more luxurious muscle car. Powerful V8, heavy chassis, that's been souped up to being just absolutely mental, you know, around the track and everything, with crazy acceleration. Yeah. I would say that that is a genuine muscle car. Honestly, now in the day and age, all the old muscle cars are kind of under the radar. People took the 7-liter 170 horsepower Juggalo too seriously. Yeah, fun fact, that didn't really start happening until like after 75 with all the emission stuff and the lowering compression ratio. Those engines earlier were producing closer to like 400, 450 horsepower, which was definitely nothing to sniff at for sure. But yeah, I think in terms of like overall cars that like people like when you start naming muscle cars, people would definitely forget about very frequently. I'd say it's probably like the Nova and the Maverick as like two very underrated ones. And then most of the stuff made by ANC as well, like the Javelin, the AMX, the Scrambler, all of that stuff. Because people kind of forget about AMC in the muscle car wars, but they produce some spicy things. Oh no, Cougar's got the popularity. Hell, Cougar, the older Cougars in Need for Speed was sort of divided in second woman, so it's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, the muscle cars are genuinely beautiful machines and everything. And the modability and aftermarket support of those older engines as well basically means, yeah, they may start at like 170 horsepower if you're getting like the worst of the worst. but you could very easily, you know, massage them to that 400, that 500, that 600 horsepower range, and still, you know, drive it on city streets, you know? Like, you try to run 500, 600 horsepower in, like, one of the Subaru EJ engines, and you gotta be running ethanol, like, pure ethanol, you know? But, like, with the muscle car engines, yeah, you can put in, you can tune them to that amount of power and still be running, granted, very high octane, but still run probably pump gas. Where is Mercedes of Lincoln? It's so underrated. Which one's that one? The one right in front of us, the SL65? That one is genuinely nice. Oh wait, is this not the AMG? This might be the, yeah, this is the SL500. Absolutely love the look of this car as well. The active roof. The active hardtop convertible styling. The powerful motor, very beautiful car. Yes, the SL65, absolutely love it. Shame we never got like one of those in like any like mainline motorsports that I'm aware of. That would've gone hard, I think. 7.3 liter. There was bi-turbo as well. Twin turbo V12, like 700 foot-pounds of torque. Absolutely ridiculous amounts of power. Looks amazing, sounds amazing, drives amazing. And even the non-AMG versions like this SL500 are very nice as well. Like, I like that too. Oh, the 300 SL, yes. Pretty much most of the Mercedes SL lineup it just hits, you know? It just hits right. Like, I like it a lot. It just hits different. Easy through here, through the twisties. Through the twisties. Oh, little tap of the wall. That's alright. We're all good. We're all fine and dandy here. Gosh, can't just see what this thing sounds like when it's starting to get a high level of tune. The Boxer 6 is gonna sound almost Porsche-like, I'd imagine. Oh yeah, the Q... It was what, the Q7, Q8, V12? That SUV was in Test Drive Unlimited too. And that thing was fast. That thing was real quick. Like, holy moly. That and the Mercedes, I mean most of the B3 class were genuinely quick off-road vehicles. Because you had the B8 with D8 Pekin and Paris Spiker concept car. You had the Q7. You had the G55 AMG, something like that, or GS55. I forget what it was. But the Mercedes SUV, and that one was powerful as well. All of them were really, really good. G65. Okay. Yes. I'm like, I know it was a G series, not the boxy G series, but like the more rounded G series. And that one, I think that one was actually the fastest of the SUVs, the Mercedes. The Spiker was the fastest one regular like tarmac, but it struggled a bit off-road. And the Audi, its wheelbase was a little too long to really be able to stretch its legs. So the Mercedes was the one that was like the meta vehicle in B3, I think. Unless you were driving on tarmac, in which case it became a Spiker one make race. Because the Spiker was really, really quick on regular road. But it struggled on the off-road sections massively. Because it was so low, it kept bottoming out. Which would slow it down. My cat is sleeping on the chest. Hey, we got a kitty watching the stream. So you can't move. Oh, rip. Archaeologists, a couple hundred years from now, are gonna find poor Ford Shelby GT. Just, you know, just sitting there with a cat still laying on his chest. Oh yeah, the TVR Speed 12. Yeah, that one was terrifying as well. Absolutely beautiful vehicle though. But yeah, the CEO, when even like the main CEO that's normally like screw safety, just get good, is going, you know, I think we may have crossed the line with this car. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, easy. Yeah, it was like one of the largest, if it was produced, it would have been the largest production V12 engine ever produced. Marionette had the balls to drive a Porsche 930 Turbo. Yeah, but that doesn't have 700 horsepower or 800 some horsepower in a car with not a whole lot of aero on road tires. Like that car is terrifying. That car is genuinely terrifying. When I tested the engine, it broke the tire. That wouldn't surprise me. Like, that is an insane amount of power. Like, people look at the tuning scene nowadays and like, oh yeah, 1,000 horsepower is like the minimum. But like, back during the 90s, like, anything over like 350, 400 was like genuine supercar territory. Yeah, it was also probably really expensive and they lost a lot of money with that. You see that a lot with the kind of like the bespoke car manufacturers like that Lister as well with their Storm. And trying to make an LMP1 as well, that didn't go too far. Yeah, Lister made an LMP1. It won a single race in its entire lifespan. And I think it only shows up in one game. And that is Total Immersion Racing as a bonus car in your arcade mode. Yeah, no, that'd be scary. That'd be genuinely scary. Have you seen it without the hood? Yeah, it's just basically, it's crammed in. You have no space to like, you basically gotta remove like all the fenders and the hood and everything just to get to the engine. And even then you have a lot of like the suspension and chassis crossovers in the way as well. Like they literally put the engine in and built the chassis around the engine. Like it is insane. Alright, come on, big push now. Big push. Whoa, easy. Easy there. Yeah, I gotta remember the suspension is still super soft on the Legacy wagon. It's got plenty of mechanical grip, but like the rolling, you can see the body roll as we're going around the corners of this track, and it is it's a little bit sketchy. Yeah, can you imagine being the owner of the last remaining Speed 12? Like, holy cow. I would be scared to drive it for fear of like crashing the car and basically erasing it from history, because how do you even get parts made for something like that? Like, unless you know someone that like specializes in recreating those types of parts, which are advanced even for today, like, it's difficult. Yeah, the Tuscan cars. I remember watching some Tuscan one make races on like the YouTube, and it's weird how much those things, like how much body roll those things had it as well. Beautiful cars though. Absolutely would love like a Tuscan Speed 6. That is a TVR I would love to own IRL. Imagine crashing into an insurance would be like, so what did you hit? It's this car. It says TVR on it. Insurance is like, okay, that's a little bit worrying. Can you describe what it looks like? Well, it's like really wide, and it's got this massive spoiler in the rear, and it's got a roll cage. Click. Insurance just hangs up. Oh yeah, the TVRs. TVRs are genuinely just amazing vehicles. Like, especially the chameleon and the reflex colors. That pearlescent color, like, it hits. It hits just right. And I love it. Like, the reflex spice, or the reflex blue, or the chameleon blue. Just, yes. Yes, please. Inject that right into my veins. I love that. Yeah, the Griffith. Fun fact, at the company I used to work for, one of the engineers there, actually owns a TVR Griffith in the bright yellow paint, and would during the spring and the fall frequently drive it into work. And oh my gosh, the sound of the V8 as it was coming in was so good. And he kept that thing in like pristine condition, interior, exterior, everything was just beautiful on it. To the point where I first saw it coming into the parking lot, I almost crashed my car looking at it, because like it was just this beautiful high gloss yellow that had been polished to perfection. And when I first saw it, I'm like, wait, is that a TVR in the United States? Holy moly, like that was so cool. Yeah, TVR-gasm. Like, it was genuinely, it was so cool to see. Just coming, like, I'm coming around the corner, it's like a regular Tuesday at work, like, yeah, it's you know, mid-spring, nice weather and everything, but other than that, you know, another Tuesday going to work. Work is work. As much as I enjoy work, work is still work. But you come around the corner into the parking lot, and you just see it there, sitting amongst, you know, the regular gray and silver and white and black sedans and trucks and everything. This bright yellow TVR with, it had like the the vinyl, some slight vinyls on the fenders as well. Like the, you know, like those World War I, like the British World War I planes, where they kind of had like the target on them. Not the target, but like the circle inside the circle inside the circle, the multicolored circles, right? He had that on both of the fenders as well. And it was, oh my gosh, it was so good looking. It was just, mwah, mwah, bellissimo. Remember going to the track and it was a Nissan R32, R33, and R34 just parked next to each other. Oh, that is nice. I've not seen an R34 yet in the States. I've seen an R33, I've seen an R32, and I've even seen the 80s box Skyline, not the box Skyline, the Iron Mask Skyline, the GTS. And honestly, the GTS, virtually it doesn't look all that great. You know, especially because, you know, okay, it's not a GTR, it's, you know, kind of boxy, it's only rear-wheel drive. But let me tell you, the GTS Skyline, the 80s GTS Skyline, IRL, in person, in that two-tone, that gray and black, especially with the aftermarket Watanabe rims. Yeah, the DR30 Skyline. It was silver top, black bottom two-tone, with these kind of goldish brown Watanabe style rims on it, with the white letter tires. Oh my word. That looked good. That looked really good. That hit. Yeah, favorite. I didn't get a good chance to get pictures, but like I was driving to the bank and I saw it parked up at a different parking lot. Unfortunately, the bank was about to close, so I'm like, shoot! I wanted to see it. I wanted to see more of it, but no. Yeah, I've seen a few. There's even a Toyota Centurion and a Chase. Oh, the Chaser. I have not seen one of those yet. I've seen a Nissan Gloria. For some reason, for the JDM imports, the Nissans are really popular here in Maryland for like the right-hand drive imports. So I've seen the Pulsar GTIR, I've seen the Gloria, I've seen quite a few different versions of the GTR, like I've seen an R32, R33, the Iron Mask Skyline, the DR30, and I've even seen, oh, what was it? The, oh yeah, I've seen the S13 right-hand drive Sylvia K's. And what was it? There was one other one. I'm trying to remember. I think it was like one of the marches. No, it was the PAO. The Nissan PAO. I've seen one of those. Actually, one of those is owned by the local librarian of where I live, because it's frequently at the library. Yeah, one of the people that works at the library has one of those as like their car, and it's just the beautiful kind of like pastel blue coloring, and it looks so good. I see that one actually somewhat frequently. I was trying to remember the name because I'm like, I know it's built off of like the March chassis, but it wasn't a March. Like it's a March, but like not a March, basically. And I was trying to remember the name. Yeah, the PAO. Oh, you seen a Nissan Figaro? Oh, those are beautiful too. All the little Nissan Pike cars, like the B1, the PAO, the Figaro. They look so cute. I absolutely love the look of them. They just hit differently. But I have not gotten a chance to see a Figaro IRL. The only Nissan Pike car I've seen was the PAO. That's the only one I've seen. But I mean, the PAO itself is an absolutely beautiful car too, so, you know, it's all good. Oh man, alright, we got one person behind us giving us a good fight. They're giving us a good fight. Yeah, the Figaros, they kind of have that similar kind of retro, the pseudo-retro styling of like the modern Fiat 500s have, where like they kind of blend in a little bit, but like once you see it, you're like, oh dang, that actually looks really really nice. Yeah, it's like that where you're just like, yes, beautiful little cars, super cute, but really simplistic as well. That have that good. Like, they just look like they're fun cars to look at and also drive. Oh, the Supra got by us. The Supra is giving us a good fight. Two 6-cylinder cars, one considerably more powerful than the other. Oh, we're getting a little bit of door banging going on. Little bit of touching. Having a praise of the cool project cars to comment. You get some decent cars here in Maryland, especially if you know where to look and like where like the cool shows are and everything. Like you have a lot of like, especially like the smaller European cars here as well, like, especially like the little British cars. Like your Triumph Spitfires, your little MGBs, your Austin Healey Sprites and all that stuff. You get a lot of those here. And those are absolutely beautiful too. Alright, come on. We got this, we got this. Oh, I don't think we got this, chat. The Supra is giving us a good fight. The Supra is giving us a good fight. Oh, we're giving them a good battle too. Oh, they're keeping it tight to the final corner. Yeah, they got us beat. GG to the Supra. Well done. Good battle there. Really good battle there. That was a lot of fun. That was really, really fun. Here we go. Final weight reduction. Nice. Alright, let's see. Let's see what the next race can be. We have probably one or two more races before this one is fully upgraded. And then we get to move on, I think, to the luxury sedans and wagons. If we haven't completed that, we may have. I consider buying a legacy wagon after this. Just watch out for issues with the head gaskets. Some of the boxer engines have issues with those. And because they're interference engines, they do get if the head gas goes or if the timing goes, whatever, you run into a lot of issues. They're fun cars though. They are fun cars, and they're generally like really like they're, especially like the wagons, they're really good at like hauling things around and everything. Like the number of college people I knew that had like a legacy wagon from their parents hauling around like their band stuff and everything was, well, I need at least two hands to count them all. If Isaac gave his Super run and his money in one, I'm buying one. To be fair, this is also a fairly heavily modified legacy with power upgrades and all that stuff. Although one thing I wouldn't mind doing is getting one of those older legacy wagons and swapping like a somewhat more modern Impreza STI engine into it, and kind of getting it tuned up into like a pseudo legacy STI spec. That I would love to do. That would be so cool. That would be really, really nice, honestly. Just turning like a nice kind of street build, like nothing crazy, but like a street build, you know, around like 350 horsepower ish, with, you know, the suspension upgrades and all of that. Enough to turn heads, enough to be a fun like cruising vehicle and everything. But that would be a fun build to do, I think. The hardest thing is maybe trying to find like an STI style, you know, the hood scoop for like the legacy of that generation. Wait a second, Haas got some interesting news. Haas F1 team. All right, let's hear it. What is the Haas news? What is the news of Haas? Yeah, do a little bit of a four-wheel slide on the cobble section. On the uphill now. Use the four-wheel drive, use the powerful flat six of this. I love it, Bearman attends a P. Diddy party. Gosh, no, please no. Apparently, Gazoo Racing Toyota is going to partner up with Haas. Oh? Does that mean Toyota's looking at making engines in F1? So how is this partnership going to work? Now, you had my curiosity. You had my curiosity. But now you have my full attention. Check Discord. Screw it. Hang on a second. Let me... Monogram Haas F1 team enters technical partnership with Toyota. Zoo Racing. Under the new multi-year agreement, both parties will share expertise and knowledge, as well as resources. With Toyota Gazoo Racing providing design, technical, and manufacturing services, Monogram Haas F1 team will offer technical expertise and commercial benefits. In return. That is interesting. All right, that is a spicy. That's a spicy one. Holy cow. Toyota F1 comeback. Now I wonder if that means Haas will still be using Ferrari engines, or if Toyota may eventually become an engine supplier with the new engine regulations in 2025, 2026. Either way, that is super cool. Especially because Toyota already has a lot of like aerodynamic experience with making their LMP1 and their hypercar prototypes. I seen a testing Gazoo Racing livery on a Haas on Instagram. Thought it was a fake, but I guess not. Yeah, holy cow. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Toyota potentially back in F1, especially with... They probably got a little bit more money to burn now with the hypercars costing a lot less than the LMP1 program. So they're probably like, you know what, we have money to spare for our motorsports program. Let's start investing in F1 again and maybe see what we can learn there. Use what we learned to develop our cars and everything, our road cars, and maybe, you know, get a name out there as well. That is awesome though. It makes me wonder though how that's gonna work, because Haas is kind of also a you know, Haas is a, I want to say a junior team, but like, you know, they do have a decent amount of Ferrari support too. So seeing Ferrari and Toyota potentially working together is very interesting. It might be a Toyota F1 car as well. Haas Toyota powered by Ferrari. That is interesting. DeLion, welcome. We're racing in this beautiful Californian street circuit. Two Subarus duking it out. We're in the Impreza, not the Impreza, we're in the Legacy wagon, being chased by an Impreza. And it is going to be a close battle to the finish. Toyota has this event where they go around to and have national races within the country. Got an R1 rally car there. Nice. Yeah, I know Toyota's also going to be partnering up with Hyundai to kind of do like a festival. A festival with like Hyundai and Toyota sport vehicles, like in track days and everything. Their first one's going to be at some sort of Korean circuit, which is really cool too. Gabriel, welcome. Race to the mechanic. Oh no. Who's gonna blow their exhaust gasket first? Who's gonna blow their gasket first? Ooh, Go to Rush Anniversary. We actually have a chance at that one, but we just literally raced there. Toyota and Hyundai is a new Subaru versus Mitsubishi. Basically, yeah. They both kind of provide cars in like the same segment and everything. You have the GR Corolla versus like the Veloster N and the Elantra N and everything. You have Hyundai with the new hypercar that's gonna be coming out. Well, it's not necessarily them partnering up per se. It's more so like a joint. It's more like a joint tour to kind of showcase both of their vehicles on track and everything. They're not necessarily partnering up in like a development sense, but they're more so like, hey, we're good rivals, we make a lot of the same cars. You wanna host like track days to really see what we can do and what our street and race cars can do. And I think honestly that's pretty awesome. They're trying to make the Envision 74 compete in GT3. It would need pretty strict homologation, but that'd be a pretty cool GT3 car for sure. Then you also have Petit Le Mans with the Valkyries. They're racing. Yeah, both the Valkyrie and then in the TCR category, you had the Cupra there testing as well. And that's apparently going to be replacing the aging Audi RS3. So we get a more modern Volkswagen-backed touring car. So I'm quite happy. Like sports car racing, we're entering basically a new golden age of racing. And I am very happy about that. I am very excited. Like people look back at the 80s as like the golden age and everything, or like the 60s as well. But like the 2020s, we are beginning to enter like a really good age of a lot of great racing events, a lot of great drivers, a lot of really cool stuff happening. Like this much manufacturer support in a prototype level racing event We're in the downforce era. Yes. The 80s were the turbo era. The 60s were the the big power era. We're in the downforce era now. And I am all here for it. Like, holy moly. I am here for it. Yes. There we go. Alright, the Lancaster. The legacy is now complete. And the Mercedes as well. Yeah, that's been a rumor for a while though. But I'm not so sure. It'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to see. Because their Mercedes' previous prototype, endeavors didn't go that well with the CLR. So it'd be interesting to see. Yeah, they definitely have the funds for it, especially with things like the the cost cap in F1 and everything. And as well as their main rivals like Ferrari doing it, like, yeah. The air of having more power and downforce than actual weight. Alright, we got two cars to choose from the specialty category. The 3.2 liter V6 of the TT Quattro. And the turbocharged inline for the S13 180SX. So we have two options here. Let us get the display capture up. If it is a 1, it'll be the Audi. If it is a 2, it'll be the Nissan. It is a 2. The Nissan it is. Imagine LMDH with a 6.2 liter V8. I think they probably go with something else. Because the 6.2 liter, it is showing its age. I'm not gonna lie, it is beginning to show its age, even in GT3 racing. The Mercedes is beginning to struggle a little bit in the GT3. Like, it's still good, because they have a lot of data on it and everything, but it'll struggle a bit. The 4.4 liter bi-turbo V8. Yes, that could work. The V12. Yeah, I don't think they'd use the V. Like, Aston Martin are absolutely bonkers for using a V12. I think Mercedes will probably use like a V, like their more modern V8 that's been like tuned up for endurance racing and everything. Ooh, EB110 Impreza. All right, let's do this. A bunch of four-wheel drive sports and performance cars at low end steering. One of my favorite tracks in this game. Absolutely love this track. Produces some great racing. Already the V6 sounds good here. Naturally aspirated. Whoa, the Bugatti's taking off. Dang, alright. That Bugatti. Long-term Mercedes makes a mid-engine V6 for racing. I mean, they are... They do have their F1 engines. And Mercedes actually supplies the performance V6 engines to half the F1 grid. So it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, that could be another thing. They could detune like their F1 engine for endurance racing and use that maybe. Either way, the bump sound would be insane. Yeah, the Caddy sounds good. I mean, the Porsche and the Acura also sound really good too, and they got the V6s. I think Porsche's got V6, right? Then you have the Lamborghini. Like they all the modern prototypes just sound really good. They look great, they sound great, they drive great. Oh, the Porsche is also V8? Okay. Detuning an F1 engine for endurance race would be insane. Yeah. Well, I think the Ferrari 333 used a modified F1 engine. Don't quote me on that. But I'm pretty sure it's been done before. Using like a detuned F1 engine for motorsports. I'm pretty sure like Group B cars also did it as well. Some Group B cars did. The Lambo, Porsche, BMW, and Caddy all have the V8s. Okay. So it's only the Acura with the V6. That being said, that V6 from the Acura sounds really, really good. And I like how the V8s of all the different GTPs still, they sound different enough that like you can hear it. And if you've gotten used to hearing them enough, you're like, oh, yep, that's the Porsche, or oh, yep, that's the BMW, or oh, yep, that's the Lamborghini. And especially the Caddy. The Caddy is just that low rumble. It just hits differently. Oh yeah, the Alpine. Yeah, we don't really have Alpine here in the States with IMSA, so I kind of forgot about that one. I got that with the GT3s. Oh yeah, hearing the different GT3s. And you're like, oh, yep, that's the M4. Oh, yep, that's the turbo whistle of the Ferrari. That's the low rumble of the Mustang. That's the, that's definitely the flat six of the Porsche. Yeah. Ooh, alright, come on. We gotta bring the fight to the Bugatti. Two high-powered forward drive cars from companies that would eventually be both owned by Volkswagen. Fun fact, the 449P and the 296 actually have the same engine but slightly different. Interesting. I mean, it makes sense. The 296 is already a pretty powerful vehicle. You just gotta up the turbo pressure on it, reinforce some of the mechanics, and you could use a lot of the same underlying architecture. Like, you don't need to reinvent the wheel if you already have a solid endurance racing engine. Yeah, the 2.96, basically a 3-liter V6. Alright, come on, big push, big push. Welcome, Christina. Sama never Nicki at Nicki Minaj. What the hell? Anyway, back to the cars. Oh, the Bugatti just has too much power for this poor Audi to handle. Oh, that was solid second place. Is more than enough for me. Fighting well above our weight class. Isaac flabbergasted. Yeah. I just want to live for 5 days. That's something crazy happening. Sometimes it's better if you just ignore. I don't want to say ignore the world, but like basically only focus on things that you can control within the world and try to make those the best you can possibly do. Makes it a little bit easier to cope with. The number one caddy is Pink at Le Mans. Yes, because it's October. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And oh my gosh, that pink looks so good for the Lamborghini. Not the Lamborghini, for the, sorry, my mind went derp. For the caddy, yes, it looks so good. The kind of like deep, almost purplish, metallic pink. Slowly going to the two-tone with the black. Oh my word, I wish they'd run that full time. I wish they run it that color full time because it looks so good. Yeah, it's kind of like the purple pink. But it's for, because it's October, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I don't know, Isaac, it's kind of hard to ignore your neighbor sacrificing Lil and Nicky for Nicky. I mean, that's what noise canceling headphones are for, right? I prefer Liver Aquarius Awareness Month? What is that? Christina's situation needs to be in the... We need to study how so many crazy things could happen to one person. Alright, I need to get past this Jaguar. It is a slow, chunky kitty cat. I mean, it is the R performance variant, so not really slow. But we need to get by before the straightaways, so that way we can hold it off. Side by side over the bridge. Alright, they backed out before Flugplatz. Smart move, mate. Smart move. Smart move backing out before then. Alright, come on. This thing can really rock it though. Holy cow. I forgot how the Audis really, both of the Quattros really punch well above their weight class. Like, holy moly, the traction, the maneuverability, the grip they have, the acceleration, just everything is genuinely, like, really, really good. And this is a C-class performance car, but it's got the speed and it's got the capability to really fight even against, like, the faster B-class. And even some of the lower tier A-class cars. Let's go with Gemini. What? You know the launcher theme and the Audi A8 are free front-wheel drive cars. Yeah. It's really interesting as well because before Audi went to having four-wheel drive for pretty much all of their lineup, the A8 back then was front-wheel drive. So you had a transversely mounted V8. You had that in the States as well with some of the bigger American cars. Like, you had the Oldsmobile Aurora, the Buick LaCrosse, the Chevy Monte Carlo SS, and like one other one, I think. But yeah, those were front-wheel drive V8 monsters. Oh yeah, the Cadillac Seville. And honestly, those made some really, really great sleeper cars because the engines could produce some crazy amount of power. You just need to upgrade the front transaxle so it'd be able to handle the launches from the stop better. But those things were like crazy sleepers here in the States. Because there was a lot of modification available for the V8s there. Oh yeah, the older Oldsmobile Tornado as well. That one was also front-wheel drive V8. One thing is for sure, if we can do custom liveries to LMU, be an OPR livery for the Ferrari or Porsche. Yes. If LMU becomes like the next main like league sim though, I'm not sure what kind of cars I'd be driving because I usually do better in a lot more of like the lower downforce cars, like your touring cars or your GT4s, with GT3s kind of being like the fastest I can comfortably take around the track, in anger anyway. So it'd be interesting to see like how leagues handle the faster high downforce cars of like, you know, the LMP2s and the GTP hypercars. Because holy cow. I get a feeling like early races and leagues there would be very crash happy. Because people just aren't used to the sheer speed of the cars and everything. I'd probably still drive like GT3s, or if I go to the prototypes, I'd probably drive like the LMP too. I am a driver that very much knows his limits in terms of like what kind of cars he is capable of driving. And the high downforce cars, the lower downforce, more momentum-based cars are what I specialize in. Pep cars are fun now, and I still don't understand it. Yeah, no ABS. You gotta like really get your trail braking just right. It makes it difficult though, because like the amount of grip you have changes based on your speed. So as you're braking, you gotta like basically stomp on the pedal and gradually reduce it as you're slowing down and getting less weight on the tires, so that way you don't lock up. Like those are tricky. Like I said, I think I'd want to gradually, slowly work my way up to prototypes if I ever do that type of stuff. Because, like, higher downforce cars are a lot trickier for me to drive. Because you basically have to compensate for figuring out the limits of the mechanical grip, and then figuring out the limits of the aero grip for the corners, how they handle in traffic and everything. And all of that, and that makes it a lot more difficult. Plus, you gotta have the faster reaction times as well. Because they're, you know, things are happening a lot quicker. You have a lot less time to kind of recover mentally and physically on the straights. The hybrid system helps the braking, so you have to go 100% on the brakes. Yeah, because it basically converts the kinetic energy into electrical energy. It's just a form of regenerative braking. So it does help a little bit. Oh gosh, understeer. Gotta be careful there. Gotta be careful there, Isaac. No understeer. Alright, come on, come on. Gosh, this thing is beautiful. Absolutely love the papaya orange of the Audi TT. It looks so nice. It sounds good too. Yeah, if the battery's already full, then you gotta be careful. So you gotta make sure you properly use like the hybrid system at the right moments, but can still conserve some battery too over a lap. That's the other thing, fiddling with the hybrid system is going to be tricky because you're already fiddling with brake bias and other settings in your vehicle during like the race and everything, mid-race. Fiddling with the hybrid system throughout a lap is also very challenging. Alright, we're on the final corner. There we go, across the line. Yes! Easy. Absolutely taking down the rest of the competition there. The Nordschleifer, German car on a German track. And we did quite well there. Yeah, for Fuji, you basically want it out of the final corner, and then out of turn 1 are like the main 2 areas you want to use it, and then out of the hairpin, going on to basically the final sector. Those are basically the 3 areas you use the hybrid system. And it's basically just to get that extra traction out of the corners with some of the cars. Ooh, a Tsukuba, yes! Ooh, alright, we're up against an Aston Martin. Gonna pick up against some, a couple of cars here. Alright, let's go. Big push. Yeah, and they all have the different hybrid systems as well. What powers what wheels and how it works and how much they charge and everything. There's a lot to it. It'll be interesting seeing like custom BOPs be created like an ACC, because the cars are much more different compared to like the GT3 category. There's a lot more to consider for each track. So it'll be interesting. All right, I need to get past the Ford T-Bird, the Jaguar-powered Ford T-Bird. Have that heavier specialty car slow them down just a little bit. Come on, give me some speed. Give me some speed. There we go. Now we can actually push it to the limit. Full time attack mode now at Tsukuba. Alright, we got an R32 GTR catching us up now. They're gonna be trying to hunt us down. Let's see how much we can maintain the gap. 2 4-wheel drive powerhouses on a Titanical traction limited Japanese circuit. I think we'll have the advantage, but it'll be interesting to see for sure. Alright, let's see. Last time it was about 3 seconds. 5 seconds. Okay, yeah, we're definitely pulling ahead. We're pulling a gap now. Yeah, the GTEs have no driver aids, so those are fairly tricky to drive as well. I'm not quite as good in the sim with cars without ABS. I need to work on that still. I can drive without TC, I can drive without traction control, but I do need my anti-lock brakes just a little bit, because it's hard to feel where they're locking up in the car, you know? It is very difficult to feel where they're locking up in the car. Alright, let's see. Let's see how far back the skyline is now. Absolutely dominant performance here. Getting into the 1:08, which is a very respectable time for a Mosley stock. For a Mosley stock Audi TT. Yeah, 1:08 flat. That is the good stuff. That is the good stuff. Alright, let's see if we can't get into the I know when you lock up because the flat spot to make the wheels shake insanely hard. Yeah, but I want to know when I'm locking up before I flat spot, not afterwards. Like, I do not want to flat spot my tires. I do not want to. Oh my word. Can you imagine a V2.4 where it's like GT3s and then like for the GT4 it's limited to just the Maserati Cup car? Like that would be crazy. Just having basically a one make Maserati endurance race for like one part of the field, and then GT3s around them as traffic as well. Like holy moly, that would be really cool actually. It would be a good way to test tire conservation in a car with no TC or ABS over a long stint. I'd definitely be down to give it a try for sure actually. The GT2s, but only the 935 Porsche. Oh gosh. No, but honestly, like I know this batch of the V2.4s are basically just alternating between the M2s and the GT4s, and I think the GT4s should be consistent batches, should be consistent staples in all the batches. But I think like the other vehicle class in each batch should like rotate around. Maybe like one batch it'll be like the Porsche Cups, another one it could be like the GT2s, another one it could be like the you know, go back to the M2s, another one it could be like a different one of the one make race cars, like the Ferrari Challenge or something that isn't quite competitive in GT2, even if it can race in GT2. Like that would be genuinely really cool. Yeah, the Lambo Super Trofeo. Granted, that one is fast enough to be competitive directly within the GT2s. Like, I think it's on overall lap time, it's like second in class, just behind the Maserati. Or is it the Audi? It might be the Audi actually that's the fastest in the GT2 class. Imagine 20 of them is gonna be insane. Yes. Or like, again, you use like this, like, you know, one car from like a certain class, like you use from like the GT4 class, you use like the Maserati there, as that's basically a one make cup car. Like that would honestly be kind of fun. Especially with ACC kind of now beginning to sunset and everything. Like, it'd be a good send-off to have, like, the more out-there combinations in some of these endurance races. That way we get people who finally, after so many years of only driving the GT3s, letting them actually see what they were missing with some of these other car classes. Like, that would be so cool. That would be so awesome. Alright, let's go. Big push. Alright, we're getting overtaken. Down in a third. Whoa, that's a dive bomb and a half. Alright, not a whole lot of passing opportunities here on this tight street circuit. So we gotta really, really pick and choose our battles. There we go. We can out-accelerate most of the rear-wheel drive cars out of the tight turns. Oh, that Tommy Kyra behind us, the ZZ, is giving us a good fight. Alright, past the Evo. Let's get up there with the XKR. Yeah, that was a true Danny Ricciardo moment. Last of the late breakers. If gap car. Ooh, the Evo is giving us a good fight. Evo is giving us a good fight. Holy moly, that RX-7 is gone. Alright. Damn. The power of the angry Doritos. Yep, hi. I see. That gap was always gonna close. Stop going for it, please. You're slowing me and yourself down, and we're both gonna give it AVO to overtaken by the Tommy Kyra. I'm off to bed. See, alright, you have a great night, Bloodwolf. Danny in the RX-7. Dude sent it from turn 1. It is now just gone. Holy moly. Zach Villa and the Evo. Coming in like a torpedo, ignoring the vortex of danger. Probably. Alright, come on, big push. Get around the turn. The Dorito power! We're getting close to the Jaguar though, we just need to really... We just need to get it right when it's at its weakest. That's gonna be a tough ask though with the Evo challenging us too. Because if we mess up and we run wide, oh, it's gonna be tough. Come on. We're right up there with the Jaguar. Oh, two high-powered sports coupes. Duking it out on these Parisian streets. Alright, I don't know why you slowed up that much there, but hey, easy pickings. Easy pickings, I will take it. I'm not gonna look a give tourists in the mouth. That's a saying, right? Something like that. Alright, come on. Well, they do have the better high-speed maneuverability than us. They were able to go through the loop a lot smoother than we were. Oh, they're gonna send it on the inside? Alright, I see ya. Oh, side by side battling. Holy cow. Wish I could drink a beer almost every morning. Nah, you don't wanna do that. Too much alcohol, man. That'll kill your liver. Rip your liver. Real. Powder that makes you say real. Ooh, the Tommy Kyra got past the Jaguar. Okay. This is gonna be a little bit challenging. Can we hold off the Tommy Kyra? We have more power than it, but it is considerably lighter than us. So it'll be an interesting battle. It'll basically be the reverse of us and the Jaguar. Oh, the Jaguar had more power than us, but we had more traction and we're lighter. Now, that is later than us, but we have more power. The heavens point to yes! The more I live, the more I understand why dads drink beer. Oh boy. I don't know, there's a lot of empty calories in beer. Oh, that's bad. We ran wide. We gotta fight. Fight in the hairpin. Okay, we managed to save a position for just a little bit. But it is not gonna last long. They are right on our rear again. Come on. Yeah, the RX-7 is just cruising. Get to a bicycle, 10 minutes for 100 calories. So you basically be riding for 20 minutes for one beer. Thereabouts, I think, right? I say from experience. Yeah, probably a lot of biking and everything to do. Oh, it's coming fast. Alright, defend the inside. Defend the inside, lads. Alright, a little bit of a dive bomb there. Bonk. Oh, man. We're in another good fight. Oh, they're managing to hold on. Oh, this is a close battle. A lot of proper door banging. All right, we're good. We're good. We got this. Just a final section, we can pull off a second place. Holy cow, though, the Mazda. The Mazda's almost a quarter way done another lap. We haven't even finished yet. Like, you have the Mazda and everyone else just fighting for second. Like, holy cow. The Mazda didn't even have to try. Meanwhile, we're fighting for a life for a second place position. Wow. Dang. We did well though. For the slowest car on the grid, we managed a second place. Which is pretty impressive. Of course, we didn't get any upgrades to the car, but we got a lot of ranking points. So that is good. That is nice. Ooh, the Rev City roulettes. That's gonna be a tough one. That's gonna genuinely be a tough one. I wanna give it a shot. I'm gonna give it a shot, but we might get our teeth kicked in here. We might get our teeth kicked in. Because holy moly. There we go, good launch. And the cars are streaming past the start line. Alright, let's see how many positions we can make back up through the turns. We have a roof tour inside. A Corvette that keeps brake checking us mid-corner. I think we could probably pull out a 4th place finish. Maybe even a 3rd. But any more than that against the roof and the GT is going to be a tough ask from the Audi TT. There we go, up in the 3rd. Oh gosh, that roof looks absolutely beautiful. Love that generation of Porsche. And we have the road-going version of the M3 GTR as well. Alright, we lost a little bit of ground. We gotta gain it back. We gotta gain it back now. There's the Corvette behind us too. Sneak up the inside. Alright, there we go. That's a solid 4th place. This is still a points-paying position. Let's see how well we can hold them off. Hopefully we can't even gain any time on the GTR. Probably not. It just got too much straight line speed. Honestly, I think most of the people that do the flat Earth they're probably joking, right? Like if the Earth was flat, the cats would have pushed everyone off by now. Alright, come on. Big push. Big push. Alright, the vet is nowhere to be seen. We're kind of in a bubble. We're kind of in no man's land. We're not gaining on the M3 GTR, but we're pulling a gap on the Corvette behind us. So we're in a little bubble. We just gotta make sure we hit our marks and finish in the points. A points paying position is what we need, and a points paying position is what we shall receive. Alright, come on. Keep it going, keep it going. cow, the grip of this car. It's not bad in the high speed sections either. It's got a solid amount of grip, a solid amount of maneuverability. Really feels good through the turns. It's weird, the dichotomy as well. Like, we were fighting for our life, battling so many people in just the previous race, and then this one we're just kind of on our own. It goes to show you just how the RNG works sometimes with the AI and the AI cars and everything. So sometimes you get like the really close battles, and other times you're like, oh. Yeah, pass the ice. You'll just go back around the earth if you do pass it. I don't know, people are silly. Alright. Nice and smooth. Nice and smooth through the corners. 2.5 more laps to go over this race. We should be getting some good car upgrades that may make us a little bit more competitive, allow us to punch even more above our weight class. For Shelby, 8-ball is mostly for like yes and no questions. It doesn't actually. It's like, you know, you shake the magic 8-ball and it has like the little like die on it that has like different sayings on it that pop up on the colored lens. It's basically that. You're like shaking the 8-ball and asking it like a yes or no question. Just out of curiosity, did other countries get those? I know they were super big in America back in like the 90s and everything. It was super big in America in the 90s, and I wonder if like other countries got them. They were like a kind of a cute novelty item, like in the 90s to like early 2000s. Because people were like, you know, oh, should I do this? Magic 8-ball, should I do this? And it was kind of, you know, they'd have funny or snarky sayings and everything on them. Basically some variation of like yes, no, or maybe. Or like the magic conch. The magic conch show. Yes, no, nothing. No. Neither. That was a fun SpongeBob episode. Makes you wonder how they actually got out of it, though. Like, oh hell, the magic conch, do nothing. Just steadily get more and more people there. They just rebuilt Bikini Bottom after enough people follow the magic conch in there. That's how they progress the story. Come on, keep it up. Nice and smooth through the chicane. There we go. Jeez, if it was a couple more laps, the Ford GT would have ended up lapping us. Just shows you the pace difference between these cars as well. Like, pretty sure the average could have like a doll or something like straw. Oh, okay, so that's probably more of like an American thing then. Interesting. Interesting. There we go, there's the upgrades we want. Give me them upgrades. Yes. More power and some grippy boys. Alright, what is the next race gonna be? What is the next race gonna be? Let's see. Hopefully another RS event. Duel on the Edge. Ooh, we haven't raced at... We haven't raced on Edge of the Road yet. We haven't raced there in a while, actually. We have a four-wheel drive car. This will be a good time to do it. Up against the Mustang, too. I don't think this is gonna be a fair fight. But hey, his funeral. Oh gosh, we're already taking it to Gapplebee's. We are already taking it to Gapplebee's. What should I get this kid for his 7th birthday? I don't know. I know what to get. Go just get an aerosol. Yes. Dude, back when I used to do aerosol, it was so much fun. Just doing all like the kind of mill sim, like aerosol type of things, like especially like the nighttime ones were really, really cool. We had some people with like the flashlight attachments or whatever. Other people, you had one guy that literally took night vision goggles, nods, and was like, "Yo, some of you guys glow in the dark with night vision. Just a heads up if you think that's stealthy." You guys like are super reflective. Oh yeah. that was always super fun. I stopped doing that recently though, just because it just took so much time. And it just got expensive. Now I'm doing other expensive hobbies instead. Because, well, yeah, let's face it. We are humans of... Oh, I want to do a cool thing. Wait, why is cool thing super heavily restricted or expensive and/or expensive? Dang, okay. I can't do cool thing. Oh gosh, okay. I think we set the suspension a little too stiff on the Audi. Yeah, the suspension is just a bit on the stiff side. It's bouncing around everywhere. Oh boy. Alright, there we go. Lap 1 down. Oh, come on, make it around the turn. Racing boys isn't hard. Hard part is keeping them alive. Oh, for real. We do so many stupid things as a kid. We're like, hey, let's go throw snowballs at cars. Wait, that's dangerous? Oh, we could have hurt someone? Whoops. Oh, no. Yeah, I was a little hellion as a kid. Don't be like kid me. I look back at my childhood years a little bit and I'm like, oh, the cringe. The cringe is real. It gets better though. You're still cringe, but now you're free. Honestly, this track is beautiful. You have the waterfalls, you have the beautiful cliff sides, the greenery. Like, this is how you make an off-road course. Like, it looks so cool. I wish it was more like people and like things around. Because like, there's only people basically like at the hairpin here. And then at the start-finish straight, everywhere else it's like completely empty. So it'd be cool to see more people kind of like cheering us on, or like up on like the top of the mountain or whatever, like looking down on us. But unfortunately that's not the case. It's only the start-finish straight where you have like a significant amount of people. Alright. Let's do this. 2 to go, halfway there. Over the bridge, the one tarmac section. The one part where it's actually smooth. Oh gosh, yeah, please don't blow up your house. But no, I may have thrown firecrackers into campfires before. Yeah, don't do that. It makes sparks go everywhere. You might end up setting a camp chair on fire. Don't do that. Don't do that. Alright, come on. Nice and easy through here. We got this. Just a nice relaxing drive. We're absolutely destroying the poor Mustang. He's like, I want to take my Mustang to a rally race. What could possibly go wrong? A lot of things, my dude. So many things. You don't even know. You don't even know how many things could go wrong. Yeah. A lot of like the little experimental stuff where we're like, ooh, what would happen if I do this? Ow, that hurts. What happens if I did this slightly differently? Okay, that also hurts. What happens if I do this? Yep, that still hurts. We are dumb as kids. And some people do not get any smarter. Oh, the understeer. The understeer is real. Man, I'm getting hungry. I think after this I'm gonna make myself a sandwich. I know it's almost midnight, but like, I'm hungry, okay? I want some food. Yum, food yum. Like, holy moly. What did I have for dinner and for lunch? For lunch, I had a sandwich and a banana. For dinner, I had oven roasted chicken and mashed potatoes and some veggies. It's a nice kind of basic meal, but still tasty. But oh my word, I am hungry again. It is getting late and I am getting hungry. I might make myself a peanut butter and jelly. I like peanut butter and jelly. Yeah, I'll probably make myself the PB&J. That'll be really good. Bonk. Oh no. I think I've only had one PB&J sandwich in my life. It's good though. It's tasty. It's really tasty. And it's simple as well, which makes it really nice to make. You get some nice peanut butter and honey is also really good as a sandwich. Yeah, that's good stuff too. You get the sweetness of the honey and the savoriness of the peanut butter on the bread. Especially if it's like the wheat bread or with that. Like that is good. Alright, we have a lighter TT. Alright, next race. Let's see what we can do. Ooh, the Tsukuba Championship. 10 laps. We can do that. In the wet, the four-wheel drive will really help us there. Yes. Oh, nice dark and overcast. The moody clouds. The wet track. Alright, let's do this. Big push. Ow. Hi. Okay, you're still being a punk. Stay out of my grill. So us Europeans can't really wrap our heads around we have a sandwich for lunch. We usually eat something more proper. So basically, I think the difference I noticed between Europe and America, right, is that Americans will have a larger breakfast, a smaller lunch, and then like a larger dinner, right? Whereas like Europeans have like a really tiny breakfast, and like a medium-sized lunch, and then like, you know, kind of like your larger dinner and everything. But overall, throughout the day, you can kind of consuming the same calories. It just depends on where you get in the bulk of like, you know, your food from and everything. Because of like the American workday and everything, we want something that's kind of quick and everything. Now, Americans have a small breakfast and on big lunch, big dinner. Sometimes that happens as well, yeah. It really depends. It really depends. But Europeans generally have like a really small breakfast, moderately sized lunch, and then a larger dinner. Either way, as long as you're getting your nutrients, it doesn't matter when you're doing it. Oh, so you guys have this simple dinner then. Interesting. See, dinner is always kind of like the more extravagant one, because you're like with family and everything. So you're cooking for more people, so you can kind of make it a little bit, you know, higher quality, a little bit more, you know, detailed. I haven't ever had breakfast adults. I used to eat breakfast as an adult, but now I can't anymore because of like I gotta take medication on an empty stomach, and that makes it annoying because I get to work and I'm like it's 10:30 and I'm like I'm hungry. I'm hungry. So yeah. Just kind of silly. I miss breakfast though. I miss breakfast so much. Some days if I woke up early enough, I make myself like an omelet or like some nice like fried egg on toast or whatever. Eat breakfast like a king, lunch like an emperor, and dinner like a poor man. Nah, dinner is where you eat like a king. Because especially like here in the States, you can put something in like the slow cooker in the morning. You know, put like pulled pork or like a nice kind of like roast beef or whatever. Make some nice potatoes, some nice oven roasted vegetables, and just serve that all together with, you know, a nice glass of wine. Like, yeah, that hits the spot. That hits the spot. 100%. We usually have a good dinner and then a simple lunch breakfast. Yeah, because with dinner, everyone's at home. So, you know, you're making it for the full family. You want to make sure, like, they have the good stuff then. Oh, man, I'm hungry. I'm so hungry. I'm definitely gonna make some food after this. I know it's almost midnight. I don't care. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Like, holy cow. I don't know, might be the same, but nobody ate breakfast going up. For me, it was about 50-50. Like, I ate breakfast, some of my classmates ate breakfast, with like some others didn't. And even like in adults, like some of my coworkers bring breakfast into work, like an oatmeal or whatever, like a microwavable oatmeal thingy. And they'll eat that at the desks early morning or whatever. Which is honestly kind of smart. I might do that. I might actually do that. Oatmeal in general is genuinely really tasty. Especially when you have like the fruit in it and everything. Put some blueberries and strawberries in it. A little bit of honey, like, yes. Yes, please. But then myself, for me, it's basically, I prefer to sleep in than have breakfast, so I don't breakfast. I just have a slightly larger lunch and a much larger dinner. Although dinner today was a little bit on the smaller side. That's probably why I'm hungry now. Oh man. Food. Alright, after this race, hopefully the car will be level 10. Hopefully the car will be level 10. And then we can change our vehicle. And then probably end the stream there. I don't want to leave the car like one level before level 10. And then like the next time we play it, like, you know, name the stream after that car we're driving for like one race. And then driving unrelated cars afterwards. Like, I at least want a little bit of time to talk about the car and everything. Alright. Oh. 4 to go. So 4.5 minutes basically. Yeah, first place is well ahead. Again, we're kind of in that bubble. The lunch was steaks and potatoes. Oh, nice. And for dinner, I had a hard bread with tomato and feta cheese. Ah, that's not bad either. So basically, for you and me, we're kind of switching our lunch and dinner then. Because I had Italian bread with roast chicken, pepper jack cheese, onions, and lettuce on it. And then a banana. And then for dinner, I had oven roasted chicken with a Dijon mustard sauce, mashed potatoes, and roast veggies. Yeah, the dry type of bread, yeah. Almost, not necessarily flat bread, but like, basically like a giant crouton type of thing. Yeah, I'm familiar with those. They sell those at the bakery. They sell those at the bakery where I live. I've never had them because I like my bread on the. I don't like my bread quite that dry, but yeah. Alright, big push. Big push. Alright. 2 to go. Bakery, have these things in every supermarket in America, especially week. I mean, okay, let me rephrase that. The bakery is part of the supermarket, but it's like its own section, for lack of better words. So like, basically they make it fresh in store there for like that type of stuff. Or you can get like, you know, the store-bought pre-sliced bread that's been like sitting on the shelves as well, and that's not bad either. But yeah, if you want like the fresh baked bread, most supermarkets have like a bakery in them as well. And they do actually like make the stuff in-house. It's just, it's its own section, and sometimes, like where I live, it has its own entrance, but it's still owned and operated by the supermarket. Actually, there's one supermarket near me that makes pizza, like full-size pizzas in their bakery that you can buy and take home and everything. And apparently they're really good. I've not tried them because I usually like to make my own pizza. But apparently they're really good, so I gotta try them sometime. Alright, final lap. What is probably the final race, as it was a long race and a fairly clean race. So we should be good to get this thing up to level 10. I believe so. I hope so. Oh, you do not believe how hungry. I apologize. No, normally I eat enough and I'm perfectly fine and everything, but here I've been a little bit, when I went to drama, I had a lot of pizza. It really come with a lot of the Germans. Ooh, I gotta visit then. That sounds good. That sounds tasty. Mmm. Oh, you're kidding me. Pain, Pecco. Pain, Pecco. Alright, one more race. We'll do a quick race. Going for 5 hours, wait for an airport. Just fly to drama just so you can get some pizza. You know what? I'm in. It's like a big village. It's almost like a Bergenschlucht in Enthusia, where it's like large enough to have like, you know, its own dedicated area and everything, but like it's still considered a quote-unquote village. Alright, let's do this. Final race of the stream. Let's absolutely send it around Rev City. And then we get to see what kind of sporty car we get to drive in the next time we play this stream. We're getting close. We're getting, I think, probably a little bit past halfway towards driving every vehicle in the game. We've gotten all the we've gotten all of the multi-purpose and all of the luxury sedans leveled up to level 10. We're getting close to getting all the race cars leveled up to level 10. There's not much left on the compacts, and there's not much left on the regular sedans either. Basically, you just have specialty, sporty, and real sports left that have a significant amount of cars. And with those, once we get those ones left, it'll be a breezing through those because of how fast they are. So that'll be real fun to see what all we can do with those vehicles once we get to them. So a lot of pizza places, some good grill places, you can get a salami thingy. A lot of color places, so interesting. Get some like salami cold cuts on like a sub and everything. That sounds good. I could go for that right now. I know there's a sub place near where I live that has a cheeseburger sub, and that's really good. They also have a crab cake sub, and that with the mozzarella cheese on top, the Old Bay, the fried onions, and tomato on it, and just a little bit of like horseradish. Oh my word, that hits. That hits good as well. It's expensive, the crab cake sub, but it tastes good. It tastes very good. Cheeseburger sub's a little bit more affordable, and that one's good as well. Oh, finally, level 10. 25 points. Yeah. I know our ranking decreased a little bit. It's fine, it's fine. Alright, time to get the sporty cars. Let's see what our options are. Alright, we have... Making Isaac hungry. I am very hungry. So we have the Evo 7. Or another Legacy. Interesting. 2 4-wheel drive Japanese sports sedans. Let's see. Let's see what we get. If it is a 1, it'll be the Evo. If it is a 2, it'll be the Legacy. It's a 2 again. It really wants us to drive the Legacy. That's fine. This one's a good one. It's a Legacy V4. Ooh, what would be a good... What would be a good color? Honestly, it looks good in satin white. Looks solid in blue. Yeah, let's go with satin white. Let's go with the satin white. It looks good in that color. Alright, let's make sure we save the game now. It is getting very late. It is almost midnight. Alright, but thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the stream, please make sure you leave a like, subscribe. Let me know if we're doing well in the comments down below. If you didn't like the stream, please let me know if we're doing poorly so I can fix it in the future. With that being said, I've been Isaac Umbras, and wherever you're in the world, whatever time it is for you, may it be a great time, and I hope to see you all in the next stream. Until then, take care everybody. Bye bye. Wah.